All right, Kenman here, and today got another sidestep from the Scale Project with a new company unboxing here. Well, not a new company, but a new to my collection company. I'm continuing to explore some different brands and things that are offered to our community, and just seeing what we've got out there, trying them out, building my collection, having some fun. Before we start, I'm not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price. And I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. Okay, I got this one while researching a little bit and found it on Amazon. Kind of found this brand, and I was intrigued by it. Found one that had a button lock. I like button locks quite a bit. And here we are. So, no knife required with the tear bag. And boom. We have a Remette. I think it's Remette. Yeah. What's everyone know about that? So, let's go ahead and get right in. Nice thick box. Got a big bag in there. Like that. Alright. Got a little T6, T8 combo, it looks like. It's kind of neat. Got the cloth, standard. Normal bag. Alright. And this is, shoot, I forgot to write it down. It didn't say. Oh, Kenman. Yep, I'm going to write it in the description. This is the Remette. I don't remember what it's called. It doesn't say on the box, of course. Here we are. I tell ya. Oh, it's got some white chalkiness. You see that? It's a micarta handle. We know that that kind of wears in as I sit here, and I'm just going to do this a couple of times, and it's instantly going to get a little darker than it was. Some people really like micarta. Some aren't as much of a fan. I do like the way it kind of weathers and changes and kind of develops. It does have a nice feel. It's got a grippiness to it. I like the shape of this. A little chamfered area here. Give it a little bit of that extra shape in the hand. Pardon me. But yeah, so like I said, micarta handle. We got a 14C28N blade. It's got a kind of a cool shape to it. What does everyone think about this? Anyone have a Remette? Have this particular model? Know something about them? Leave your info in the comments. I like it's got that little blue accent. A button lock. I'm on the back side here. Oh, that felt nice. Oh, it does not fall out with the button at all. That is interesting. So I fully depress that button, and it's like locked in there. That's got a, that's what I saw some people talk about it. It's got a little bit different action. See, it doesn't really just drop. You get the CJRB echo. The second that button engages, if you hold it down, you can see it just falls and just is loose. So if you drop it, let go of the button, you can get it to just close nicely like that. But generally, that's what your button lock is going to do. And in the case of this Remette, I'm pushing that button down and the blade does not fall out at all. We push it out, it really doesn't swing. It's kind of a different feel. But when I close it, it drops and closes, so it does its thing. Let's try. It's got the nice finger flick action. It closes nice, got a front Front flipper works good. So far, the action is nice. Oops. Missed that. Kind of normal. When the pot clip's on this side, it definitely has an effect on when you do that front flipper opener. If the clip was right here, I could be pulling on it with those fingers and kind of getting a little extra support. And so like with it on the right side, see how my pinky and my ring finger can kind of grab that. It makes it a little bit easier to get some leverage and and then still miss. Welcome to live filming of an unboxing. Can't open a knife to save my life sometimes. Well, here we are. Well, I really like the style of this. I like the way this looks. That action is interesting. It does close just fine. So, I mean, if your only intention for the button lock is not to swing it out at all, but just for closing it, I mean, it seems to work pretty good. Okay, like I said, 14C28N blade, micarta handle. We got the button lock. The clip is not reversible. Oh, I'm off the camera. Kind of bums me out as a lefty. It doesn't prevent me from buying stuff. I have definitely several knives that are not reversible with the pocket clip. I will carry some on the right pocket. I have no problem with that, but I really do like it if I can switch that. I'm actually considering with this one, because it does have this hole here, that matches up with that. I could take some stuff at work and maybe tap that second hole myself and try it. I'm considering it. Anyone ever do that before? Leave it info in the comments if you have, how it worked out for you. Do like the action of this though. Front flipper is a little tougher. It's got a nice size, good feel to it. Let's kind of put it next to that Pyrite. CJRB Pyrite is a very popular knife. They've got a lot of cool things they're making with different handles, different styles, and things. A lot of cool offerings with that knife. Very similar in size, and say it's not quite a huge knife, but definitely not tiny as well. Like the little Ovium or Odium. It's kind of a smaller knife. I'm not as big of a fan with them when they got a little bit smaller handle, smaller size. I prefer a little bit beefier, but everyone has their own style. Speaking of CJRB, I've got the CJRB Riff, which is a little bit more of a beefy guy. Got that micarta handle, so I thought I'd kind of put those side by side. I thought the Remette was kind of similar, but now I got them next to each other. The Riff definitely kind of is a lot bigger of a knife. The blade is definitely longer. The handle's a lot more beefy. It is also a button lock, so it does match. It's got that little bit of a fuller, very similar. So in a way, they're kind of a similar knife, right? Figured it'd be worth the comparison. Let's see, look at this. See how it just swings. It just depends on what you're looking for. I really like this knife. The action is good. So this is a little different when it doesn't. You're kind of forced to only use the button lock for closing, which I'm not against. I really do like the way that looks, though. That's cool. Yeah, feel is nice. Like I said, these little chamfered little edges kind of give it some contouring, a little bit of shape on those spots where you grab. Got some nice jimping that feels good right there. You can kind of choke up to this little spot. There's a little bit of a notch you can kind of tuck your finger up to, and it feels all right if you needed to choke up a little. Blade play. It does not move in any direction. It is nice and solid. Centering. It looks like it is right in the middle where it should be. This knife does I like it. I like it. I did see some reviews. People were talking about this button lock and the way it works, how it's a little different. They're right. It is different. But if you're watching this action, it's really kind of a fun knife. It works pretty good. You got your flick, got your button close. I'm pretty happy with this Remette brand so far. It's a nice addition. I do like that accent, makes it have a nice little pop to it. So my card is going to work in, kind of darken up. I'm not as big a fan of this kind of chalky white area here. A little bit more uniform green. Or I kind of get some oils in there, it's probably going to darken up. It'll look just fine. I do like the way that blade looks. The shape has kind of got an interesting style to it. But yeah, what's everyone think about this? I'm glad that I got it. I was a little worried because I did order it, and then I saw some other video where they were talking about the button lock, and it kind of gave me some concern. But since I'd already ordered it and it was on Amazon, they're pretty good about returns. So I figured I'd just let her go, and we'll check it out and see how it goes. But I like it. We are still in the middle of the scale die project. If you're not aware of that, I'm going to go ahead and hijack this for a second. I just finished this Kubi was white and we made it red in the last video. Got this CJRB feldspar, was a jade color. Most of the handles that I'm doing are the jade color, like this CJRB Gobi. And the jade is a good candidate for a lighter color that can take some dye, and then it gives you some options on where you can go with it. So I have several of these jade handles. That's a Sencut Crowley. Got this Civivi Mini Asticus with the Damascus. I've got my Civivi Vision FG with the white. So that has white G10, which is like the Kubi. They take color really well since it's white. It has a more true color to what the dye is that you use. Since the jade ones have a little green, it's going to have just that little bit of a green tint added to it. There is a Ferrum Forge Gent 2.0. We did this little odium. And I did the Zhang Shang folding flickable chef's knife, which is rad. And that is where we are currently with the scale die process. Obviously, these four are still going to get done. I have another knife that just came that we have to unbox soon. That is also going to be looking for dye. It's a fun project. Like I said, we're kind of well along our way here. It'll be nice when we get 10 or so of them done. We can kind of do a picture of all the different colors that we come out with and just see what kind of custom stuff we can get with it. And it's really kind of an enjoyable thing. I kind of went to school with an art background, and so combining my artistic desires with my pocket knife love is kind of a neat combo, and I'm enjoying it. I'm going to keep doing it. If anybody has any thoughts on what colors they want to see some of these ones that we're getting ready to do, this Sencut, I'm ready to do this thing. I've got an idea for what I want to do with that one. And it's getting fun. Also, this Civivi Vision, I'm pretty excited to try put some dye on there. Thinking, what do you think of that? Pretty cool. We'll see. We'll see. I do like this Kubi. It's just a beefcake. I didn't even get to carry it around. It was white, and I was kind of set up for what I was doing with my videos, and didn't even carry it for a day before I dyed it. So then I kind of had to hide it for a couple days because I hadn't posted the video. And yeah, I definitely like it. It's a nice knife. It's pretty fun. It's huge. Feldspar is great. I'm really probably one of my favorites right now. Just the feel and the look and the style of this knife is awesome. These smaller ones, they're great too. They're good for the collection. I'm still not going to carry them as much. And hijack is now over. Back to this Remette. Pretty happy about it. Feels good. I'm liking it. Like I said, I may consider trying to tap this next hole here and using those two to put the clip on the other side. If anyone's done that or has any background or experience with doing that with a micarta, let me know. I may consider trying it, like I said. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up leaving it like this. But because it has this front flipper, it's so much easier to do when you can grab that with the finger. But yeah, pretty good. Oh, no flipper there. It's kind of an interesting shape style. So what does everyone think? Like these? Is there some others from this company that they make that are interesting that I should check out? Leave a info in the comments and we'll go from there. That's going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe to see more. It helps me out and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp and we'll see you next time.